Hi, my name's Tom. It's a beautiful summer morning and I'm about to go ahead and open up my brand new toy. It's a Ryobi 1900 PSI 1.2 gallon per minute electric pressure washer. In the past, I have bought cheap pressure power washers, electric power washers, and I've used them for about one season, and if I'm lucky they'll last the whole season. Typically they end up dying. Next year I buy another one for $99, $79 on sale. But this year I decided I'm going to go ahead and treat myself. I went ahead and purchased a better power washer, in theory, than all the cheapy ones. This is about a mid-range electric power washer. It's about $150 on sale, about $180 retail. You can go a little higher. 1900 PSI is pretty good. It's a little more than I typically get in one of those little cheapy small ones that are, again, about $99. But this is Ryobi. It's a well-known brand. It gets fairly decent reviews. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up and give it a quick review. Okay, quick reference, pretty straightforward. We'll read that in a minute. Hose, pretty typical. Extra nozzle, looks like registration. And here's the actual unit. It's heavy, but not excessively so. I actually really like the handle already. That's actually kind of handy. So a couple quick things here. Let me open it up. We do have a nice big on-off button right there on the side. With a cord, nice long cord. Got safety there. We have the, looks like it's strapped in. Oh wait, no, pops right off, so clip there. So here's the actual gun. It clips on the side. And also a holder for that. It clips on the side. It does have a soap dispenser, and I will probably read up on how to do that. Let's go back around. It does have wheels, so you can kind of carry it around here. It says here, push button to release handle. Which button do I push to release which handle? Oh, right there. So it's like luggage. I can pop it up, and I can drag it. The wheels are really nice. Honestly, that's going to be nice. A little strap. I'm sure that's for strapping some accessories on, maybe for holding the hose on when it's done. So I'm going to go ahead and read a couple of the instructions and then we'll set it up. Okay, so I've looked at a couple of the parts and right away I'm actually pretty impressed. The build quality of this is much better than all the cheapy power washers that I normally buy, so I should have done this a long time ago. So a couple things. The hose, nice and strong, metal fittings, everything seems pretty secure. I'll put it together in a second. Cord seems plenty long. One thing I do want to note is you want to watch, put this back in, you want to kind of watch how this fits on. The way this fits on is with the handle. The handle fits into there, and then the nozzle fits into there, and the other piece will fit across the top. So maybe take a picture of it just so you know how to assemble everything. But here we go. I'm going to go ahead and put it all together real quick. Show you what I can do. So here's the hose, and here's the gun. And the way this works, got a little protector on there. One end of the hose screws into the bottom of the gun. So I kind of push it in and twist. Nice, big, easy to twist. It threaded right away. That's the first time I've threaded it. Look at that, perfect. I have actually spent 20 minutes sometimes trying to thread these things because they're so fiddly. That's great. Alright, other end of the hose will go into the side of the washer right there, and then the hose itself, and then the actual garden hose will go over here to this side. And there's a little filter there to make sure you don't get any junk in it. But let's keep going. So let's keep going here real quick with the gun. So the gun, I have this nozzle that I place. It's very standard. Just pop it and turn. So you push it in, you turn it, it locks into place, and now I've got a nice big metal clamp here. This is also pretty quality. You can tell it's metal on the inside. You can tell there's some weight to it. Pull it down, pop it in, kind of like air gun. And there we go, nice and quality. Now I'm about ready to go. Nope, you know what, here, I'll do this real quick. I'll probably pull the hose out a little bit and stretch it just so I'm not all tangled up. But let's just test this, make sure it actually screws into the side of the power washer nice and easily. There we go, let's see. It fits in, you're gonna push it in. Once it's in there, just turn it and tighten it. Oh, that's wonderful. And all I have to do now is plug it in, put in the garden hose, and I'm gonna give it a shot. Okay, plugging in wasn't a problem. It has a standard block plug, so just make sure your outlets are actually set up to handle that. If they're not, you can use an extension cord. You want to use a short one, but you can use one. I'm going to put the hose in, and let's see how easily this fits in. That threads nice and easily too. Alright. I'm not going to worry about soap right now. I'm just going to give it a shot. Okay, so with a power washer, what I typically do is I turn the water on at the garden hose first, so I have a little bit of water in there to kind of lubricate things. Then I go ahead and I hit the power button. You don't typically want to run a power washer with no water in it because the pump's just basically banging against itself and it'll kind of dry in there. So you want to have some water. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a shot. Okay, I just turned the garden hose on. Nary a drop on the ground, so I must be either my water's not working or I have the seal nice and tight there. I'm going to go ahead and turn this thing on. The way a power washer works is it builds pressure and kind of waits for you to release that pressure with the gun. So when I squeeze it, shoots out water, pump starts up, pressurizes, and when I stop, no need to pressurize, it's ready to go next time. This is the standard default nozzle, and the way this works is it shoots out and it kind of spins in a circle, and it cleans concrete pretty well. It'll do siding, it'll do a couple other things. There's actually recommendations for how strong you want it, or what you want to use it against, and how strong the burst is, to make sure you don't blow a hole in your siding or tear off your decking. This particular model comes with 3 different nozzles. The default nozzle. Now some nozzles you can turn and adjust them. This is not one of those. This is just a standard straight nozzle, nothing you can do with it. It also comes with a soap nozzle, a little plastic thing there. When you're using soap, it'll kind of squirt soap out in a certain way. And then there's a 15-degree nozzle. This is kind of a more heavy-duty thing, but this will shoot it out, I'm assuming, kind of in a fan shot at 15 degrees. I'm not going to play those right now, but just so you know, you do get 3 nozzles with this particular brand. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to actually take the default nozzle, go to my concrete, and see what we end up with. So here's my concrete sidewalk. I haven't cleaned this in probably 2 or 3 years. I don't even know what color it is. I guess it's kind of a grayish or a light gray. When I go ahead and power wash, it might end up being a lot brighter. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to power wash maybe half of this stone, and we'll take a look and see what the difference is. So here you can see what it's done. Did a pretty good job. Went pretty fast, didn't actually spend a whole lot of time on it. Once it dries, it'll be a little bit lighter, just wet right now. You can see I kind of put a path in here. I want to just kind of see how big the trail is. So when I pulled further back, it didn't clean it as much because it has less pressure because it was being dispersed more. So when I went closer, I did clean it a little better. And I have a let's see here, 1, 2, that's about a 3-inch trail there. That's probably about right. So if I'm going to do my whole patio, I'm going to go back and forth, my whole walkway back and forth with a 3-inch trail. It was relatively quick. My patio is not particularly dirty, so it kind of took it off right away. I may go ahead and keep going, and we'll see what we end up with. But just so you know, it's going about a 3-inch trail right now, and that's something that you might want to think about. It's like, oh gee, do I need to get a different spout? Do I need to get a different nozzle? If you have a great big large area to do. But for now, that's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of this square, and I'll compare it to the rest of everything else, and we'll see what we'll come up with. Okay, so there we have half of the block right now with the regular nozzle. And now I went ahead and I put on the 15-degree nozzle, which is a little more of a power washer. It's more concentrated. It's going to hit the spot. Might be a smaller path. Let's give it a shot. Okay, pretty nice. I did have to get nice and close. My path was probably smaller than 3 inches. It was probably only about 2.5 inches. But it did clean it pretty well. Probably comparable. In this case, it's not real dirty. But this would be more for spot cleaning. You got to be careful again with decking and with siding and plastic things and furniture. You probably don't. You want to use this one. You probably want to use a generic one. You want to hold back and kind of slowly move in, just to make sure you don't accidentally hurt something or destroy something with the power of the regular nozzle. So again, I'm just going to do more. Just finish this up with the power nozzle here. One more last little bit with the Ryobi power washer. Here's my best guess at how you pack everything together. There's a little strap for the hose at the top with Velcro. Kind of guessing that loops on there. I wrap the cord around the bottom. The cord might be in a loop up here as well. I kind of guessed at that one. But you can lift it up with this handle here. It's actually very, very light for a power washer. Or you can lift the whole thing up. It kind of sits here. But again, you do have this luggage handle. And I can now tilt it and just walk back to the shed or to the garage or whatever I want to do. All 3 nozzles actually fit in the front. There's the extender, there's the gun, everything's pretty much there. It's a nice little unit. So overall impressions, it's a pretty nice power washer. It does have good build quality. It does work really, really well. It is a little bit loud. While I was doing it, my Apple Watch noise alert kept going off, so it's over 90 decibels. But if you use earplugs or if you're used to mowing the lawn, you probably are used to that sort of sound for small periods of time. Another thing is that it does come with 3 nozzles, so you get to kind of pop them in and out. So there's a low pressure soap nozzle. I did not try soap today. I just don't have any detergent or soap. Do not use bleach. You're only allowed to use soap or special detergents in it, but I don't have any of that to test it out, so I'm not going to bother today. It is a high pressure nozzle and a regular nozzle, and you have to kind of be careful and choose which one is which. It's fairly easy to put away. I packed it all up fairly quickly. Not a lot of dripping, not a lot of mess. The hose is a little bit to kind of wrangle together and put it together. The cord is very long. Actually, I'm not sure exactly how long it is. From there to there, I don't know, a good 20-25 feet at least. Overall, it's a pretty nice unit. I have to say I'm impressed. It's small, it's compact, it doesn't stand up. It just kind of sits all in one little container. You can pick it up, you can carry it. It is light enough to carry. The one thing that kind of bothers me is that it comes with, or it strongly recommends using a power washer storage fluid. I'm guessing it's just something to make sure the lines don't freeze. It's probably alcohol based when you put it in your shed, but it doesn't come with any of that. And it says, well, you should definitely store this thing with the special liquid, but you have to buy that separately. It's like, okay, fine. Please give me a small bottle of it, guys. You know, Ryobi, don't be so cheap. But otherwise, it's actually a very nice power washer. I really like it. My wife's already just chomping to go ahead and use it on the back porch and on the side and kind of clean up stuff. So we're going to probably be power washing most of the day and probably for the rest of the weekend. But it's a good pickup. If you can get it for $150, it's a great deal. If you had to pay $180, I would still say go for it. It's small enough, it's quick enough, it's easy enough. As long as you don't have hundreds and hundreds of square feet to go ahead and power wash, and you just want to do small areas, patios, walkways, sidewalks, furniture, this is a perfect step up from the $99 or the $79 junk power washers that you're probably used to seeing. I foresee this thing lasting for a while. Ryobi is a good brand. They typically last. As long as you take care of it, you should be good. So this is definitely a good buy, and I would recommend it. If you like these sort of product reviews, please go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video. The more likes I get, the more I know what kind of videos to actually make going in the future. I think you're supposed to hit the bell to get notifications of new videos. I've been trying to do a lot more home improvement stuff, and I will continue to do that. I might also be doing some other videos, but definitely like the video. Let me know your questions. I'll try to answer them if I can. And subscribe to the channel, and we'll just go ahead and we'll keep making videos. If you have a product that you want me to review, that's fine. Drop me an email. I'll see what I can do.